Welcome to The Explainer. This is the show where we find fascinating sources and break them down to get to the core of the story. And today, you're in for a treat, because our slides are going to guide us through a truly strange digital mystery.
I know, right? It sounds like the setup to a really weird joke. But, believe it or not, we're about to dive into a source that genuinely contains both. So, let's get ready to do a little digital excavation and solve what is a truly bizarre puzzle.
So, here are the pieces of our puzzle. And get this, all of these topics were found on a single website. You've got mathematics coaching right next to deep planetary science, investment advice, marketing theory, and a really powerful call for diversity in STEM. How on earth do these things fit together? Let's start digging.
Okay, so to make any sense of this, we've got to start at ground zero. And it looks like the anchor for all this weirdly varied information is, of all things, a local business.
This is it, the Analysis Solution Mathematics Coaching Center, or let's just call it ASMCC. It's based in Dehradun. This is our starting point, the entity that seems to be at the very heart of our entire source.
Now, on the surface, ASMC seems, well, understandable, if a bit multifaceted. It offers math and science education. That makes perfect sense, but it also offers marketing counseling and works as an investment agency. A little diverse, sure, but it's still in the ballpark of a commercial business. Okay, pretty normal, right? Well, hold on. This is where things take a serious left turn.
And what a turn it is. We're going from a local coaching center straight into planetary science. I'm not kidding. The website dedicates a huge amount of digital real estate to the geology and history of our planet. And the scale of it all is, well, it's immense.
And it starts big. I mean, 4.5 billion years ago. That's when the source says our planet formed. It's a number that's almost impossible to wrap your head around, right? But it totally sets the stage for the epic story this site wants to tell.
This timeline tells an absolutely epic story. It kicks off with Earth's formation, powers through this intense period called the Late Heavy Bombardment, and then hits this crucial moment. The magnetic field gets established. From there, we see the Cambrian explosion, this incredible burst of life. And then, poof, just a blink of an eye ago in geologic time, we show up. Humans. It's like the highlight reel of Earth's entire existence.
The source even breaks down the very air we're all breathing right now. You know, it's mostly nitrogen, a good chunk of oxygen, and the site points out that this very specific mix is what makes all of this, us, possible.
Okay, now this is really cool. The source makes a point to say the core isn't just one big molten ball. You've got the liquid outer core, that's the part generating our magnetic shield, super important, and then a solid inner core that might actually be spinning at a different speed. A whole world within our world.
And the action isn't just happening way down deep. The source gives us hard data on tectonic plates, showing how the ground under our feet is always moving. Look at the Cocos plate, 75 millimeters a year. That's literally the same speed your fingernails grow. How wild is that?
Okay, so you've just wrapped your head around plate tectonics, right? Bam, the site pivots again. We are suddenly yanked back into the world of business, but this time, it's all about the theory and practice of marketing.
And it's not just, here's our business. It gives a full-on, almost textbook definition of what marketing is. The whole process of creating and exchanging value. So the key thing here is that it's not just a business listing. It's trying to teach us about marketing itself.
Aha! And here is our first big clue that might connect some of these dots. There's this quote from the founder, a mathematician named Gaurav Deep Gautam. And look at the title, Market Values Analysis. He's directly connecting his field, mathematics, with marketing. Okay, getting warmer.
All right, get ready for the final piece of this puzzle. And honestly, it's maybe the most profound one. After tutoring geology and marketing, the source makes this passionate case for diversity and inclusion, specifically in the sciences.
This quote just cuts right to the heart of it. The idea that two people can do the exact same quality of work, but be judged differently because of some preconceived idea about the group they belong to. It's calling out unconscious bias, plain and simple, and saying it's a huge problem in fields like, you guessed it, planetary science.
And it doesn't just complain about the problem, it actually proposes a solution, a really clear three-step plan for a place like NASA. Step 1, understand what your workforce actually looks like. 2, identify where bias is creeping in. And 3, actively create programs to get rid of it. Pretty powerful stuff.
Okay, let's take a breath. We have seen a lot. Math tutoring, earth science, marketing principles, a call for inclusion in STEM. It's time. Let's put these pieces together and see if we can finally solve this thing.
So, this is it. The big question. How in the world does all this stuff fit together? Tutoring, tectonics, marketing, inclusion. Is there some grand unified theory we're missing? Is there some secret link between the speed of a tectonic plate and a marketing funnel?
Well, the answer? It's not some complicated galaxy brain theory. It's actually much simpler and, a lot more human. The common thread isn't a what, it's a where. All of these totally different topics, they all live in one place, under the digital roof of the Analysis Solution Mathematics Coaching Center.
And there it is. That's the aha moment. This isn't some bizarre, calculated business strategy. It's a digital cabinet of curiosities. This website is just a reflection of its creator, a man named Gauravdeep Gautam, whose passions are clearly all over the map. He's a mathematician who loves business, a teacher fascinated by geology, and a person who cares deeply about making science more equitable.
This whole journey through one of the most wonderfully weird websites I've ever seen really leaves you with one big question. In this age of infinite information, where we all build our own little corners of the internet, what does your digital footprint actually say about you? What story does yours tell?